Welcome back to Clarity and Order, the Carrie Kaufman Way. I'm your host, Carrie. One thing I see all the time in my work is that cleaning and organizing go hand in hand. When a home is organized, it's easier to keep clean. But when there's clutter, there's no systems, even the best cleaning routine can feel frustrating. Today, we're talking about how these two things work together to reduce chaos and help people feel better in their homes. Welcome my guest, Melissa Shaw. She is the owner of M&D Clean Start. Hi, Melissa.
Hi, Carrie.
Thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you. I'm excited.
All right. So I've got questions. I know some of my clients have questions. So let's dive in. All right. So when people often think cleaning and organizing are the same thing, from your perspective as a professional cleaner, what's the difference and why do they work best when done together?
Well, for us as a cleaner, it's easier, of course, to come in with like open spaces. You know, we can see every surface, behind things, under things, like when the home is organized. But also, you know, going into someone's space, it's very tricky. It's like sacred. You know, it's kind of an honor for somebody to allow you into, and you know, you and I both have probably seen some places, and as your client is walking you through, they're like, I'm really sorry, I apologize, I haven't tidied. Like, it's overwhelming to even invite somebody into your home to see all those things. So I think, of course, it's easier, but we never, you know, you never want to judge or like make anybody feel like you can't help them just because they're not organized, right? Already. Right. So it goes hand in hand, but at the same time, sometimes people, it is like I think, and I'm sure you probably agree, like to tidy up is it's another challenge for the homeowner. Yeah. Most of the times.
So when I'm working with my clients, it's always, all right, we're going to declutter first. We're going to clean as we go. And then we're going to organize, because I don't want to put anything back in a dirty space. And when it is clean, you're more likely to go ahead and keep things the way that it's supposed to be, and not just kind of haphazardly, just kind of throwing things in a drawer or on a shelf. When you walk into a home and it feels overwhelming, what's the first thing that you look for before you even start cleaning?
I think the first thing that I look for is, do they have any systems in place that where I can put like maybe their mail, like I do a quick span of the room. You know, do they already have something in place before I start to clean? Someplace like a desk that I can just put things in piles, because again, it's kind of sacred. So some people want you to touch their things and organize them as you go. And some people really would rather you not bother their things. So I think the first thing that I look for is, does this have a home where I can put it before I clean?
Right.
You know, can I wash their dishes real quick and put them away? Can I take their pile of mail and put it like in a desk where I see, or something that's labeled mail or trash? Can I quickly throw things away that I know that are definitely trash that they wouldn't care about? So
right. No, I get you.
The first thing.
When I'm walking into homes, the first things that I look for is, okay, can we take out the trash? Can we take out the recycling? Can we get rid of the things that we know that we don't want? So all of their donations that may be in, you know, the hallway that are like, okay, that's earmarked to go out. I just haven't gotten to it for the past week, months, or years. And then once you kind of have that, okay, now I'm able to go ahead and move forward with either the cleaning or with the organizing. Yes. And it's really just getting it out. So that in itself, between the trash, the recycle, that's overwhelming too.
Absolutely. And we always offer too, if I see like a donation bag, we'll say, hey, we can take that to the green drop or whatever, whatever they want us to bring it to. The trash, can I bring this to the curb? We're always trying to remove things from the home so that when they walk in, they feel like they're at peace as well.
Right. It's
So-
one less thing that they have to
Oh,
do.
yeah.
If you
Sure.
can do something for them to take off of their list,
Right.
to take off of their, oh my gosh, I've got to do this. This is on me. Yeah. It's a weight has lifted off of their shoulders
True.
just by doing something
That's right.
very simple, but it makes a huge impact.
It does. If I put it into their car, inevitably they're driving around with it for months. So I always say, I can take it with me, and just drop it wherever you want. So
Right.
it's
I know. I
Yeah,
gotcha. I
helpful.
gotcha. Okay, so for our listeners who are cleaning, who have a cleaning company or maybe a cleaning person that comes to your home, this is always the thing that I see that my clients are struggling with. Should they clean before you come, or would you prefer them to tidy up and not clean? Or what is the preferred method that, our listeners and our viewers should know?
obviously when they tidy up, it makes things a lot easier for us. And then we're really able to stick to like a budget. But there are times when we go in and like, Mom, I couldn't get the kids out the door, or I'm overwhelmed. We had practice last night. There's so many things that will block them from being able to tidy. They sometimes don't get to do that. So either way, we don't judge. But
Right.
obviously, tidying is definitely helpful. They don't have to clean, but putting things away in their spaces is absolutely helpful. It helps us to move through the space with ease as well.
Right.
So
It's really essential. And, a lot of, people don't understand is that having a cluttered space is not helping you. It's not helping them go ahead and trying to clean. If you're trying to clean around a space that has got library books and paper and the mail coming through and it's now all falling over onto the counter, how are the people who we're paying to help, give us a little bit of relief in our homes? That's not helping anyone.
it's not, but we never want to make anyone feel like more overwhelmed and feel judged when we come in. It's already, like I said, so hard to have somebody come in and see that your space, it's so raw. We just sort of moved past it and then like put things in piles if they haven't been able to tidy,
Right.
which, it's not always possible. You know how life can get crazy for families.
I do. First meeting a client is they're like, I'm so sorry I didn't clean up for you.
No.
And what I share with them is like, I don't want you to tidy up. I don't want you to do anything different that you're already doing.
Right.
Because I need to see where you're struggling at. I need to see the
Right.
papers that are on the counter, filling up from
Right.
all of our children's creations. I need to see where the mail is coming in and where is it landing. I need you to show me what you're doing so then I can help you.
Right.
I can help everyone else that's coming into your home
Right.
and make it a little bit more streamlined. So when you are coming in or cleaning yourself, or even when you're having people coming in, it's one of those things like, let's set up some systems so everyone can have some clarity.
Yeah, that's
In
what
this
you're so
space.
great at, making the systems. That's really important.
Well, it's also, my clients, that's what they need to function every day.
Yeah.
What are the 3 things people should be doing weekly that can make a huge difference in their homes when it comes, to cleaning?
I think 3 things. One, I would say tackle your fridge, like on trash day, the night before. Make sure that you get anything out that's spoiled or going to spoil, old lunch meat. Like, to me, because we clean when I'm at someone's house. I always kind of go inside and wipe down the fridge if they want me to, and I think that's a big task they should definitely take on, going through there.
I have a few clients where they'll say, do you want some coffee? Do you want something? Don't worry, it's in the refrigerator. And I'm opening the refrigerator, and it's like Monica's closet. Things are falling out at me just to open the refrigerator.
I bet.
And I'm just kind of like, when's the last time that we actually cleaned this thing out? I said, it's just kind of like your pantry. You're just shoving food in there.
Yes.
And I'm like, it's now coming out. So, okay, so refrigerator.
The trash, like the mail, go through all that junk stuff like once a week before the recycle. Usually I take that pile and I just quick zhuzh it right into the recycle bin without thinking about it. Like trash goes right away. I know they're coming. I'm like a banshee too, like the night before, I go through everybody's room, what's trash, what can go out. So doing that once a week, the papers, tackling your papers once a week.
Paper is huge for a lot
huge.
of people.
Yes.
A lot of people. Okay, so refrigerator, we've got paper, things coming out.
Yes.
What else do we have?
Laundry piles. I think the laundry, having that designated dirty pile or having it, I think I have 6 baskets in my house. I know what's clean. I know what's dirty. That's really a big thing to once a week at least try to keep those in the baskets. This way it's not all over the place and overwhelming.
Yes. All over the floors.
Yes.
Or on top of the dressers where a lot of, clients will put their, items. Or sometimes for a lot of my clients, they're just keeping it in the laundry room. Dirty pile, clean pile. I'm going to keep taking off of the clean. I'll just put it back there.
Right.
Because, it is overwhelming.
Yeah. It really is.
Paper is also the big one for me, is the bills, the junk mail, everything else, that's got to go. The second thing for myself is for when I tell my clients is that all of the creations that our children come home with. I have twins. Now, thankfully, they're now young adults. They're 18. But 2 coming in with papers galore. And it would be like all over. And I had 2 different school districts that I had to work with both of the kids. So I had, the home papers, I had teacher papers, I had IEPs, I had all of that.
Right.
And, the little, Mom, I want you to save this forever. That's a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And I always tell my clients, you really need to only keep what's going to last the next 15, 20, maybe 30 years. Right. The little handprints, the little pictures with their little faces. And, it's got a cutout and you're like a little flower. My daughter had one and she was like, look at Mom, they made me into a rose. And I was just kind of like, yes, but everything, the little scratch papers, we don't need all of that. Let it go because it's not going to serve you anything now or in the future.
Right.
And it's just something as simple as letting it go. Sometimes we also send things to grandparents. Just, where'd that piece of paper, Mom, go? It was on the refrigerator one day. And I'm like, nope, it went to Grandma. It went to Aunt Becky. It went to Aunt, So, those are the things that I see.
That's a good.
That
solution.
kind of helps. You can share that with your clients. I don't know what to do with all this, creations. Well, guess what? Send it to Grandma. Send it to Grandma. Send it to aunts and uncles. They need to share in, the love that your
good
children
tip to
are.
Share. I'll do that. Thank you.
So, what is something professional cleaners do that most people don't think about but make a big impact?
I think the one thing that we do that people don't think about that make a big impact is we can come in like as a team. We usually travel in teams of two or 3. So like it's just easier than you trying to handle things yourself, right? Like I know even for my own house, like I clean it and then someone comes in and cooks something and then like the kitchen is now like disheveled. So we kind of can come in and just do like a reset without you even having to think about it. We at least can save your chaotic space for like the day. until somebody else comes in and cooks or someone else, comes in and kicks their shoes off. And
Right.
I think it's easier for us to tackle things and for you to keep on top of it because we come in as a team.
Right. Right. So any kind of insider tips that would help our viewers and our listeners, maybe you do something as how do you clean the microwave and how does it get so clean for you? And I wipe it down and it's never as clean. Those kinds of things that for our listeners who may not have a cleaning service, what kind of insider tips can you shed some light on?
I think the only product you need is Blue Dawn. I know this is going to be controversial. You can really clean everything with that stuff. It's magic. It's a degreaser. It's safe on every surface. I wouldn't throw it on like my hardwood floors, but
Right.
you can really clean a lot of things with that. It's magic. And I think just resetting your space every day is helpful to put your things away, give everything a quick wipe down, zhuzh up your blankets, just a little reset like that.
So when my clients, I'm working one-on-one with them and they always want to know some, things that, how do I keep on top of the clutter to, again, kind of give me some peace, in my home. And I always tell them, I was in a kitchen yesterday and, the homeowner said, well, it's just a small kitchen. It shouldn't take a very long time. It took me 6.5 hours.
I'm sure.
And it was kind of going through each space, each drawer. But what I was finding was that they had so many holiday items out. And it was 7 holiday towels. And I was just like, when are you using these? Oh, well, we don't use those until Christmas. Okay, well, why do we have them in front of us now?
Right.
Because I can see the other pile that's on your counter that you can't shove into this drawer anymore, and that's why you have it there. I'm like, let's go ahead and pack those away until you need it. And they're just like, I didn't realize I should, or I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. I'm just kind of like, yeah. When you don't see something every day and you have a stranger coming in and sharing things with you and you're like, oh, wow, that was really helpful.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. If you don't see it, if you don't need it on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, it shouldn't be in front of you if you don't have the space.
Right.
And when you are then unpacking for the holiday, you're just like, you already have your towels there.
Right.
It's already there in front of you.
Right.
You're doing more work, keeping it in front of you. Then you're making more work at the end because you've already used the towels, the others, the other months of the year, and now you got to get rid of them.
Right.
And so there's,
You're great at setting up the systems. That's what your expertise. It's amazing.
The other things that I share with them, and I had talked about it on another podcast, is that when you are bringing stuff into your home, when you're buying new, you got to let go of the old. It could be, you talked about the laundry. And all the time when I see the laundry piling up and I'm like, we'll go through it and I'll be like, you have 24 pairs of socks.
Right.
Just for yourself. That's not for your kids. It's not for your spouse. It's just you. And you're like, how does this happen? And they don't realize is they're bringing that clutter
Right.
into their home when they're not letting go of it.
Right.
So they're buying new, but don't let go of the old. That's causing a mess.
Oh, yeah.
And that could be anything. That could be in your kitchen. It could be in your laundry room. It could be anything.
Yeah.
But just kind of letting go of the excess makes it easier to clean, makes it easier to stay organized, and it makes, life a lot easier.
Sure does.
If someone is listening today, feels overwhelmed by their home, what's the one thing that they can do today or this week to make a big difference?
By their clutter or their dirtiness?
They're
Which one?
they're home. They're
Yeah.
It's taking everything off the counters and wiping it clean. Is it going ahead and going into their pantry, taking things out, cleaning? If you could tell your clients one thing that I wish that you could do that you see that could make a big impact, what would it be?
Throw out anything that's trash. I think that's the biggest impact that people can do is just walk around their house with a trash bag and throw a lot of stuff out. That's what I did this morning while nobody was home. If it was on the floor and I had to pick it up, it went in the trash. Whether it was useful to someone or not, I don't know.
Okay.
That's literally what I did this morning before I came here. Yeah. I went around and I know that sounds terrible, but I do think like clearing the trash. To me, the kitchen too, I guess I would think about the kitchen next because I cook a lot.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I have to reset that every time I am done cooking. The whole kitchen gets reset. So I think that I like the counters clear and all that. So
Yeah. When I'm working with my clients, and I always tell them if we're working together or if you want to do something when I'm not here, I have a 10-step, a 10-minute little reset that they can do because it is overwhelming.
very.
I say go into a space that you're ready to make a big difference in. Now, I don't want you to go into the, attic. I don't want you to go into the basement. One little area in your home that you can go ahead and do something about right now. I always say take a picture. This is where your starting point. Take out 10 things in 10 minutes. So that could be trash. It could be recycle. It could be donate. It could be placing it someplace else. And then after 10 things are done, walk away. Just walk away. Don't overwhelm yourself. And then you come back the next hour. And then you repeat those 10 things. 10 pieces of trash. Maybe it's 10 pieces of donate. Maybe it's 10 pieces of something. But you do that throughout the day. And you do it like I'm making progress. Right. You may not be able to see it right then and there, but you know you're doing it. So you can still go off and do things. For my clients who are working from home, you go into the kitchen cabinet, you go ahead, take out the things that we're no longer needing, using, wanting. And at the end of the day, that it could be a combination of you just took out 50 things of this space and you didn't realize it. But it wasn't overwhelming. And you were able to accomplish something in a short amount of time. Right. And you take that after photo and you look back and be like, this is where I started. This is where I ended.
Yeah,
but
see
doing,
the difference,
doing 10, taking 10 little things out made a big difference. So that's, it's a lot. It also helps when you're cleaning.
It does. I think putting things away too, like it's easy to keep things out sometimes, like, oh, I'm going to get to that. But if you just put it away so you don't see, like we're in its spot in a system that you've created.
Right.
That's really great to like just, have it not seen, but organized, not seen. Because I've seen too, people are like, don't open that closet. Like I shoved everything in there for you, so that you can get the surfaces. But like if it's an organized put away, that's even more helpful.
Right. The one thing that I have, I've been doing this, be starting in my 15th year. And the one thing that I tell my clients is when you have a cleaning company coming in, when you have someone coming in and helping you clean your home, is that it's as simple as having a container with a label and putting your items in that you don't want to get lost or you don't want somebody else to go ahead and move it.
Right.
And mark it kitchen. Okay, this is all my paper. This is my bills. I need to have this. I don't want to get mixed up with anything else. You put it in there.
Right.
You say, okay, you don't have to touch this. I'll deal with it later. Same thing in the bathroom. Same thing with the living room. Because it's one of those things is that things happen. And you don't want to cause yourself or other people in your home undue stress.
Right.
Labeling makes a huge difference. And I wish everyone would do that. Melissa, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, it's been a pleasure. If somebody is looking for a cleaning company, how can we go ahead and get a hold of you?
I think the easiest way is to just give us a call. Our phone number is 484-354-5346. That's our office cell. And since it's a family business, someone's always answering it. Usually, not 24/7, but on the weekends too. And it's always a good, you get a feel for what somebody needs. You can pick up and talk to an actual person, or our email too, mdcleanstart@gmail.com. So either way is a great way to reach us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you again so
Thank
much.
you.
If today's episode inspired you to start organizing, please follow the podcast and share it with somebody who might need a little organizing motivation too. You can like and follow the show on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify, so you never miss a new episode. You can always follow me on Instagram, Facebook, where I share organizing tips, my before and after transformations, and simple ways to keep your home running smoothly. If you need a little help organizing, you can find my services at carriesessentialsservices.com. And there I will be happy to help you organize and create a home that truly works for you and your lifestyle.